So, I'm Wyatt Apple, and welcome to This Week in Android. So, this week, I'm going to do my normal This Week in Android, and I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of an on segment on why the iPad is actually good for Android in many ways. So, yeah, here we go. So, this week actually hasn't been that big for Android news. In terms of apps, there's been the Dig app was released. Besides that, nothing too glamorous, I guess. But then there's the LG Aloha. We have a little bit more information on. The rumored specs are 1 GHz Snapdragon. It's running Android 2.1. It has an AMOLED LCD 3.5 inch WVGA 800 by 400 resolution screen. It has a 5 megapixel camera. It has an augmented reality, which LG is thinking of is going to load onto there. It has DivX 720p support, and an optical trackpad, optical trackball, and a full QWERTY keyboard. It is LG's first foray into the Android run market, and there's no set carrier or set release date. It also has the Samsung kind of. It's kind of like a. It's the best way to describe it. You could say it's a social networking hub on top of the normal Android 2.1. Although also, the Droid got the 2.1 update, so that's a big deal. And the HTC Incredible on Verizon is said to be released in April. Now, about the iPad, suck it, Apple! In the first week of, well, actually, it's sold a shitload, that's the point. It has been having a lot of problems with its Wi-Fi and with its charging over USB. Apparently the Wi-Fi is not working very well, and people are like, if I'm going to pay $500 for this kind of thing, of course I'm going to want to have it work. So I've heard people are returning it, a few people. Also, the apps on it, I hear, cost twice as much as an iPhone app, which is just kind of utterly ridiculous. Yeah, so now I'll do the on segment. So on why iPad, I hate it, is actually really good for Android. So before this, right now, the Android operating system is just for phones, because that was a tested and weathered market which they were fine entering. And now that the tablet market has been entered and is seen to be good and people want tablets, manufacturers are going to be designing and producing and developing many different tablets. A lot of them are probably going to be running Android. So this is really good for Android. Also, if you look at the iPhone and Android, all the Android phones have been considered to be iPhone killers, and it's been big improvements. So in general, in conclusion, the iPad is very good for Android. As much as I hate it, as much as I hate to say it, thank you, Apple, for doing that for us. Also, have you guys seen the ridiculous patents that Apple has been doing lately? They did like a weird. They filed a patent for like these weird goggles where you would like stick your iPhone in for augmented. I can never pronounce that. Augmented reality apps. That's fucking ridiculous. Like, are you retarded? I have a feeling that Apple kind of just patents anything that they think of. Like, oh look, a fork that works as a stylus, patented. Like, honestly, it's kind of fucking ridiculous. But anyway, sorry there hasn't been that much news this week, guys. I don't really control it. So yeah, that's about it. So I'm Wyatt Apple, and oh yeah, follow me on Twitter if you just want. On my Twitter is Wyatt Apple. I'll post a link on the sidebar. But basically, it's just that I will update it pretty frequently, just for some random, Android or Apple updates. It'll just be, if you want something a little bit more, with a little bit more personality into it, that's where you can find me. So, I'm Wyatt Apple, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this.